Hi everyone, Dawn here, and on today's edition of Little Wonders Nature Shorts, we're going to discover trees. So in springtime, what are you seeing on your trees? Well, you're probably going to notice the new green leaves coming out on the trees, and also the blossoms, like the yellow blossoms on the tree behind me. So they're looking very pretty this time of year, and there are different parts of the tree that do different things in order to keep that tree healthy and living. So in order to figure out how a tree functions, we're going to pretend to be one. So if you stand up nice and straight with me, and your body is going to become the trunk of the tree. So the part that is nice and strong and holds the tree up. Then we need your roots. Now where are the roots of a tree? Are they up? No, they don't go up, they go down, right? So plant your roots, your feet, your roots into the ground. And those roots are bringing up nutrients from the soil. So you can slurp up those good things, those nutrients in the water, slurp it up through your roots, and it goes through the rest of the tree to keep it healthy. Now, we need some branches. So let me see your branches. Those are your arms. You can put them out however you like. And then what is attached to the branches? The leaves. So get your green leaves growing, your hands, and make them wave in the wind. And there you have your parts of your tree. Now, those leaves have a special job. And in the spring and the summer, when they're nice and green, they are making the tree's food. Did you know the tree can make its own food? What do you think that is? Well, it's sugar. Inside the tree, the blood is called the sap. And sap is sugar and water. And sometimes we use that sugar. Does anybody like maple syrup? That comes from the sugar maple tree, and it is the sugar out of that tree's sap. So of course trees are very important to us, and we'll talk about different things they give us a little later. But those leaves make the tree's food in the spring and summertime by collecting the sunshine, the water, and the good soil. Let's go on a nature walk and discover more.
So if we look at the different life stages of some trees, we can see, as I've come into my woods here, a younger tree. Oh, and in the distance, there's a fallen tree. So that one was pretty old and decayed when it fell over. And here we have an older tree. And when you look at trees, you can look at the bark, you can look at the shape of the bark. Go ahead and feel the tree and feel the texture. What does the tree bark feel like? And parents, you can help your children with their observation skills of their trees, on the nature walk and other things. You can print out shapes on cards if you like. Circles, squares work. I've found that rectangles work too, actually, to find these different shapes on leaves and in the tree bark. Here we have a diamond. The lighting comes out, right? That is, well, we'll use this one. We'll turn the square this way. And we've got a diamond and not quite the shape of that tree bark. This is kind of a longer shape on this tree bark. You can also, of course, look for these shapes in the leaves that you see. Here we have oval leaves on this little plant. And you can look at the leaves on the ground, which we'll talk about in a moment. So just get those observation skills going. Reach out and touch some trees. Feel the leaves that are fallen, the leaves that are alive. Look for the fruits fallen from the trees. Let's go over here. And again, I realize not everybody has woodlands bordering their yard, but trees are everywhere. So where can you find trees? In your backyard and walking around your neighborhood. We'll go down this path a little bit. And our woodland has a couple different types of trees. I would like to find a little spot, maybe right down here, where I can show you a few. We'll clear out a spot here, and I'll show you some fruits that I have from some trees. So what's this one? Anybody recognize that? That's a black walnut broken open. And here we have a type of evergreen cone and a white pine cone, much bigger, right? So all different kinds of fruits from different trees. What else do we have in here that I didn't bring out? We've got some, oh, we've got hickories here in our woods. Here's a hickory nut. All sorts of things here on the forest floor too, which is actually what I wanted to look at next. One of my favorite things to do is look at the leaf litter. So all of the dead leaves on the ground, looking in the leaf litter for things that might live there. So trees provide homes for a lot of different animals, right? But even on the forest floor, or even in your backyard, if you have a pile of leaves sitting there from last fall, you might find things in there too. You just gently move it around. If you don't want to use your fingers, take a stick. Make sure there's no thorns. I had to look for that first before I started digging. And gently move the leaf litter away. Parents, you could also provide a piece of cardboard or even white paper at home and have your children put the leaf litter on the paper or the cardboard so that you can more clearly see if anything is living in there. Because some things are very, very tiny that you might find. Things like wood lice, and we're going to do a lesson in the future on bugs, so we'll focus a little more on bugs then. But there's a lot of different things that you can find. I'm only finding those wood lice right now, and different stages of decomposition in the leaves. So here's one that looks pretty decayed. So the leaves just break down, and it's hard to understand, but eventually these leaves will become soil again with the help of different animals and bacteria and fungus and things like that. Oh, it looks like I finally found something. Let's get it in our field of view here. Oh, it looks like a baby worm. This is what it looks like. Yep, baby earthworm there. Oh, it was moving. Yep, and worms are great for the soil. They help decay. I was hoping to find some millipedes, the little black bugs with many legs. They're harmless. Don't see anything of that right now. Oh, here's a little spider on my phone. Let's go somewhere else here and see what we can find. Now, when trees are sick or they get old, they do pass, they do die, and we saw one of those in the woods, but this is a piece of bark that came off a dead tree, and there's actually some animals living here on the bark. We'll see if I can get close enough. There's one right there. Not moving much. Let me see if I can get it to move. Looks like a type of millipede on the bark. And there was some spiders. It looks like a baby slug here as well. There's all sorts of little tiny things that the camera might not pick up. But this is a piece of tree bark, and there's still critters living in there, helping it decay. I'm actually just on the edge of the woods now, and I just found little bits of leaves. But again, you can find different things living in there. So trees give us, as people, a lot of things too, of course. They give us fresh air. And the wood that we get when we have to cut trees down, we can make things with that. Your paper is made from trees. Trees give us shade in the summertime, and they give us things to eat. Apples, those walnuts you saw, you can eat black walnuts if you cook them correctly. There's lots of other things, fruits and seeds that come from trees.
So be sure to get outside and enjoy the trees. Touch the bark, look at the colors, look at their shapes, and think about what they do for us and for the animals in the environment. And if you'd like to make a picture or take a photo of your favorite trees and send them to me, I would love to see them. Until next time.